Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Wrestling for Life Network. Welcome to another live stream as we bring you AEW Dynamite tonight, the go-home show for Redemption. Lots to talk about, lots to get into. It's going to be a fun one here on the channel, folks. Get in that chat, click all the buttons. Let's have a little fun on a Wednesday night. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream as we bring you Dynamite tonight, the night of hope. Every Wednesday, we show up with hope. We show up with a smile. We're excited. It's the go-home show, so I expect a lot of chaos, a lot of brawls, and a lot of madness here tonight. But, folks, I hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe. You're doing good. You're feeling good, and you put Wednesday in the books. Let's cap it off with some Dynamite tonight. What will we get? Will there be more matches added? How much will they add? And right now we're in a comfortable number of 8. But lots to get into. Blow up that chat. Click all the buttons. Don't forget the little reaction buttons. Those little hearts help us out. Let the algorithm know you're having a good time around here. But welcome back. Hope everyone's doing good. Big shout out to Nick and Anthony who are doing their thing tonight. And you are left with me, Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. Happy to be here on a Wednesday night, ready to go. We will see how long it takes before I get into rant mode, but it's a good day. It's a day to be happy. The sun is shining. Life is good. Let's see what TK and company have for us tonight. We can break down the card real quick. I see that chat filling up. I will say hello to all those out there momentarily. But in the meantime, let's go through big match as far as Darby taking on Kevin Knight. Is there a chance that Kevin Knight drops this belt? So then he goes into the Kenny match, not a champion? I don't know if I love that vibe. So very curious, very interesting in the booking. We're going to talk a lot about Redemption tonight and how we got here. And if it all adds up, we'll see. We'll see. Thekla going to have a face-to-face with Willow ahead of their match going into Redemption. Connor's taking on Jay White. I believe Jay White's first singles in-ring match in over a year. So this should be exciting and fun to see. Good to see Jay White back. Good to see the Bang Bang Gang doing their thing, looking strong. 6-man tag as we get all the people involved in this little story. Will Ospreay, Kenny, and Moxley are going to tease up. Of course, why not? Against the Callis family. So we will be here for that. We'll see how this ties in. I do believe that ultimately this all roads lead to Moxley, but Kenny will take on Kevin Knight at Redemption, though Kevin Knight's in a grudge right now with Darby, seems a little distracted. Will he have a part in this match? Will he have a role in it? Will he cause any problems? Will Kenny show up during his match? Who knows, but we will be here for every bit of it tonight. And I don't want to forget, we are getting a no DQ women's tag match as the Twisted Sister will take on Double D's. And I think they could have maybe got this onto the pay-per-view. I appreciate it tonight, but I feel like Redemption is a card lacking pay-per-view worthy matchups. And if you wanted the women's tag belts to feel a little more important than they do, maybe that on Redemption instead of here. I don't know. But no DQ, so I expect chaos and calamity everywhere, folks. So we'll see what that looks like. Don't forget, we do have a bunch of new merch out. We're working on some more merch. So get in the chat, go down below, get the link, and go to our store. Let us know what you would like to see in the merch store. That's also a great idea, folks. But with all that being said, what are you looking forward to tonight out there? What are you excited for? Are you excited for Redemption? How do you feel about Redemption right now? Is it redeeming? I don't know. We are about 9 minutes away from the start of the show. Top 3 from last night's show. Spaz, Damian, and Ronan. That's the points in the chat. The more you chat, The more points you get, super chat, super stickers, and gems get you bonus points. So get in there with those. Get on the top of the list. Spaz, Damian, Ronan becoming mainstays. Spaz sitting on top of that perch day in and day out. We need some battles. We need some more super chats in there to give Spaz a run for his money, folks. But with all of that being said, without further ado, let's kick off this shindig with Zach here tonight. National Mango Day. Okay. I'm not opposed to a mango, but I can't tell you the last time I had a mango. But for those who like mangoes, happy National Day. Yawn. Jason's falling asleep already. I don't know if it's my fault or AEW's fault. You let me know, Jason. I'm trying. What up, Clay Lewis? Welcome back. Let's go. Cherokee George, evening all. Saddened that Bailey was beaten by Valkyria. Sigh. Have not heard any of the rumors of her signing with AEW. Maybe, may never be. Hate to see her leaving wrestling. I don't think that she'll leave wrestling. I do think that, she would be a huge benefit to TNA. She'd be a huge benefit to AEW. We know her relationship with Mercedes Moné. So why isn't, that would be an obvious possibility. I think partly why you haven't heard a whole lot of rumors is because she still is under contract. So even if she was moving on, that part of the deal has to work itself out. I don't know when her contract expires, but when it does, then the questions, or when we get close to that, then we'll find out. We'll know more. My question became, if maybe this isn't necessarily her leaving, this could be a chance for Bailey to go away for a little bit, let everybody miss her, and then maybe bring her back hot white as a baby face. Maybe. Or it's bye. Now, do I think she's leaving wrestling? Like I said, no. I think there's options for her. And I think Tony Khan would pay, if I was Tony Khan, I'd pay Bailey some bucks to really help give my women's division some credibility. Right? Like, how much does that name value help? Cage Side Seats claims AEW is interested in Bailey coming there. Well, no shit. As Cage Side often, like, no shit. I mean, why wouldn't they? I don't think that's a story that requires any actual sources. Any one of us could have made that up, Cherokee, and it's probably accurate, to be fair, but it does fit into the Captain Obvious file, maybe. What's up? What's up? By the way, welcome back, Cherokee. Sean Reed, good to see you. Smash the buttons, folks. Again, let people know you're enjoying it. Share the link, click the buttons. The link for the predictions are in the chat. I will let everyone who's here know, if you do the predictions and submit them, you can go back and edit them if matches are added. So if you want to fill out your form, but you're nervous you're going to miss something, you can do that, or you can wait till Sunday, and hopefully by then all the announced matches are in. We'll see though. But yeah, get your predictions in. Let's go. Become the champion. Bradley, our current champ, could be a short run for Bradley. 6-man tag with no one even beefing with each other. Yeah, again, it's this weird thing that they do in AEW of, we don't want you to interact too much with the person that you're beefing with. So we're going to put you in random matches with other people that don't further your storyline, but at least you won't, beat the other guy and make him look bad. So I don't know. It's this weird thing they do. And we've talked about it a lot. Like, MJF comes back and you're ready for him and he wants the world title. But first, I'm going to go fight Lee Moriarty, or I'm going to go fight, what's his part, or the other guy, Lee. But you fight. I'm going to fight Mike Bailey. I'm going to fight these offshoot mid card guys on the way to what I'm actually doing. Same thing I've said a lot about. Like, people have been trying to prop up the Moxley thing, which everyone knows out there what a disaster I have felt the Moxley situation has been. So, I mean, ultimately, they're trying, but Will Ospreay, goes into a pay-per-view, does things by himself. Moxley goes into a pay-per-view with a random match by himself. Like there was a lack of bringing this story together. They're always off doing other things. We're seeing with the tag teams of who's mad at who and who's getting title shots and why are they, and where are the dogs? The dogs are mad at the riders are mad at, are kind of mad at Cajun Code, but then maybe not. Then the Bang Bang Gang shows up. Like there needs to be some simplification to some of what you're presenting. Joseph, welcome back. Welcome back. Roll Tie in the house. AEW before redemption. Finna be the most out of place show with brawls and Moxie promos tonight. But let's see if TK can surprise me. Let's pray KJ's blood pressure because of Mox. Listen, fingers crossed every Wednesday. We come here with hope. We come here with excitement. We come here with enthusiasm. We don't tune in going, I can't wait for this to suck. Hence, when you do get the drop off, here we go. I really hope they don't open this show with another bullshit Moxley in the electrical room, in the sewer, in the depth of the building, in cubby holes. They need to stop doing that. It looks Bush League. It takes the energy out of everything. Start with a little more energy. I mean, Raw this week, for the first time in ages, actually just opened and went to match. What a simple philosophy. Get the shit in the ring. Let's go. So, not bad. We'll see what Tony does this week. But as a lot of go-home shows in AEW will be like match, brawl, backstage brawl, 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 brawl. That's how it's going to go. I think Money in the Bank should go to two younger stars this year. Quite possible circumstance. I mean, would you argue like, LA Knight might be a guy who's a candidate for a Money in the Bank, even though not a younger star, but somebody that could kind of use that moment for a guy that's had trouble. The one thing I will be very curious with is the women. We've never had a failed attempt by a lady, and I wonder if we get that this year. So could someone like Chelsea Green win it, and it's a big moment, everyone's happy, but then Chelsea being Chelsea finds a way to kind of botch it? I don't know. We'll see. What's up, Richie? Let's go. Almighty. Welcome back. What is up? As I'm about 2 minutes away, so I'm going to have to rapid fire through some of these, but let's hope the booking makes sense. Safit, I'm with you. Nair, it's always a pleasure. What kind of shit is that button? You might need to get a new one. Yeah, working the soundboard out with, we'll see how this one goes, but there's going to be a lot of questions. So there are going to be a couple big candidates used plenty tonight as soon as, there it is.
What kind of shit is that?
Right. We're on it. What are we doing? But imagine what Money in the Bank could do for Lyra, Roxanne, Stephanie. I'd love to see Roxy get it. I think Roxy's on the cusp. And I think Roxy could do a lot more than she has done, though I'm not mad about what she has done to kind of bring her in and give her, purpose. But yeah, Perez has been a high on people's lists. Stephanie wants her get back. Not a bad shout. And then, like you said, there's a lot of other names out there. JC Jane, Fallon, could one of the baddies do it? Could, Jade, Charlotte, Alexa. There's no lack of talent. So, yeah, we got a lot of intrigue, and we'll see who's actually in the matches. I'm getting the violence warning. Wherever you're watching, I'll let you know what I see, and you can try and sync up with me tonight. But again, be a friend, tell a friend, click all the buttons as Dynamite is about to kick off, folks. Just a little bigger font size-wise, but hello, everybody. Interesting. We are showing the crowd. I got a little baby with headphones on. Baby's first wrestling match. Let's go. That's where we should, we should bring the newborn to the AEW show. Interesting. Happy birthday to my mom's crush, HBK. Let's go. It's not just a boy toy. He is a birthday boy toy. But yeah, shout out HBK. Happy birthday. A lot of July birthdays. Even my tattoo artist birthdays today. So it's crazy. A lot of July birthdays. I love it. Why are the Bucks wrestling Ospreay and Mox at Redemption? I don't know. This is part of this where Cope and Christian were fighting with the dogs, and then the people were getting involved. And then last Wednesday they just stood in the crowd and what and it didn't really mean anything, or I didn't really pick up anything off it. I don't know if it's a justified match. As we go right into the back, we're with Ospreay and Kenny Omega. Now, I don't mind this in the sense of at least they're live in the flesh and they're not in, like, it doesn't look like they're in the boiler room. Kenny looks so uncomfortable on camera, though. I love Will Ospreay's energy. That's why I say start the show with with a guy like Ospreay, not necessarily always Ospreay, but that kind of energy. For months, Orange Cassidy opened so many shows, low key. Now we're starting all the shows with these Moxley segments, low key, low energy. Kenny is so awkward. Kenny is like, oh, here comes big pop for Moxley. It's crazy. Moxley says there's no tension in this room. Okay, and then he walks off. So subtle. That was one of the best things Moxley's done in a while. Subtle. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Yo, Paul, how you doing? Spaz equals Immortal Hulk Hogan of the chat. Got it, right? Shit. Or is he like the Ric Flair? Just collecting belts. Would Mox Ospreay versus the Bucks a real main event? Would Mox Ospreay versus the Bucks a real main event? Like on a pay-per-view? No, I don't think so. I mean, I get that they're main event guys in this company, but we opened the night with Darby. Good on them. We're not fucking around. A quick segment that I didn't mind, and then into Darby coming out, folks. Crowd pops for Darby. Let's go. Better start this week. Let's go. I like it. I like it. I will put a poll up for this one. You guys can let me know out there. Who you taking? Are you taking Darby or Kevin Knight? As we go to picture in picture for the replay from last week. This one's interesting because you would assume that Kevin Knight, who just got the belt, is going to keep the belt. Also, you don't really want Kevin Knight dropping the match. Like on the go-home show for the pay-per-view where you're going to challenge for the world title, you lose your title? You go into redemption like a loser? I'm not quite sure why it's not Darby, Kevin Knight at redemption or Mike Speedball Bailey against Kevin Knight at redemption. It feels like a little bit of a hop, skip, jump, and leap to get to Kenny. Big chance for Darby. I like it. Renee at ringside doing her little thing. Is that possible? Close. Roll Tide, welcome back. I can't think of one good Mox pay-per-view match that's not named Ospreay or Hangman. I challenge anybody to, and some people say, oh, Mox and Cope was great. No, it wasn't. Mox Darby, casket match, coffin match. That was good. No, it wasn't. We always get Mox stipulation matches that suck. They're not great. They underdeliver, and there is a collection of people out there that think it's a genius delivery of pro wrestling, and he's epic, and he's so good. But for most of us, a vast majority of us, we see right through it all, and it struggles. So, yeah, Mox constantly stipulation pay-per-view matches that aren't good. It's very similar to Jericho. Almost all Jericho's pay-per-view matches are stips. As Darby out on the floor. And we're off and running. Good choice to open the show with Darby, with Kevin Knight. We can argue about the booking, but at least it's a good way to start the show. I saw the interview with TK this week and talking about how happy he is and the product's hotter than ever and da-da-da-da. And they popped a rating last week. Apparently, ratings matter when they're up. When they're down, no, we don't talk about them. But, and I mean, to their credit, yes, 780 is a great number, or 785. But, they used to do better than that. Nonetheless, much better start to the choice of this. Much better start than last week. Man, Weenie Votter. I can't believe I had to read that. Welcome. Spaz spends the human monies on the channel as well. All the human monies. And he is yet to curse us, that we know. Bash, I just waiting to watch All In. Is that what it is, Bash? I'm not excited for Dynamite. Dynamite for me, and I know Tony and others disagree. But for the last 2 months, 3 months, it's been really bad. Really bad. Darby on the ring post. Clothesline. This is going to be better than the pay-per-view. Clothesline into the timekeeper's box. Holy shit, chance break out, and we are off and running on a Wednesday. Danisha, welcome back. Naira got you. Spaz got the Danhausen monies. It's that tooth money. What would Bailey do after wrestling besides start a bakery? Welcome to Bailey's Buns. How may I help you? Jokes. Question, guys. I'm moving that I'm going to use Roku for cable. So can I use Roku for ESPN Unlimited? 316. That honestly would be an answer for either Nick or Anthony, my American counterparts, or somebody in the chat. I don't have the answer to that. But welcome back. Bash, we got you. Manvini, C-Man, C-Money, Destin, in case I haven't said your name yet. There you go. Let's go. 6 gems. We got some chili. Nice back elbow by Kevin Knight. The boys are still outside the ring. 2018 was last I seen of Big Cass. It's been ever since the Learning Tree, right? So, and he had that little run where the fans were kind of getting behind him. So it's very interesting. And I don't know how many people out there are you surprised no Enzo and not really presenting him like the cast we once knew, but very much telling us his story, telling us what he's been through. Like, he's come full circle. He's home. All the bad press, all the headlines. It's I personally like that they're bringing Cass in as a super serious guy. We'll see where it goes. Blake Christian. It's random. Tie. 44% of the chat going Darby, 44 going Knight. The rest are going for nobody. KJ, do you think Monet versus Bailey feud should peak in Brooklyn? Do you think that Bailey would go to the Ring of Honor like Athena after Monet feud, after debut feud? I really don't think you could do that with Bailey. I think Bailey would be a case of she's either in something or she's off. But maybe she does. She goes down to Ring of Honor, but that makes no sense to me. But either does Athena's run make any sense. It could peak in Brooklyn. We know right now a lot of talk about the New York crowds and MSG and New York being the home of WWE. Very interesting if you could get close. Good idea. And there is money to be made between Monet and Bailey, oddly enough. WWE Unreal Season 3. Crazy. Sean, let us know. I watched it one day. Was actually watching with vested, very interested eyes. So, again, I didn't mind it. I don't have the hate for it that some people do. Bailey is washed up. Let her go to AEW for that big paycheck. TK will give her. Yeah, I mean, that is a possibility. Like, I think what happened to Edge could happen to Bailey. Hey, man, we're not going to book you as often. We got other talent we're trying to push. There's less TV time for you. And we probably wanted you to take a little bit of a pay cut. Oh, well, the billionaire down the road is going to pay me triple and put me on TV for at least a little while. How do you argue? How do you, that's the good news. That's the best part about having, competition. Let's go. Mox sucks. We know that. It's Darby. Oh, my God. An avalanche code red, but Knight went all the way over onto his face. And now a Canadian Destroyer for 2. This match is too good for this position. But they're killing it out the gate here. Oh, by the way, in case I missed it. We got a bleeder! Even Taz said, we don't know where the blood's coming from, but there's definitely blood. Yo, this is the craziest. Code red. But Kevin Knight goes all the way around and ends up on his face. And then followed up with a Canadian Destroyer. Tell me that shouldn't end a match. My God. So Kevin Knight's going to fight Kenny, and we hope Kevin Knight versus Kenny is this good. And does Darby even have a match for Redemption? Anybody? As now, Darby has put Kevin Knight's arm in the ring post and elbows it. That's unique. Gonna work up Richie, Safit, Randy, Roll Tide, got you. Sean Reed, AR1, Mega, 316, Ringside Anthony. ESPN Unlimited is available on Roku 316. Perfect. Thank you so much. Not only the TNA Insider, the Roku Insider as well. So thank you, Mr. Anthony, who will be here tomorrow night. Yeah, go check out Anthony. He is putting out tons of TNA content and others. So go check him out and give him some love. Give him some love. WWE has a green shirt guy. AEW has a Sting guy. It's true. And it's, the Sting guy is paying far less. The match just started. That was insane. Now that's extra. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Now I'm working backwards on the chat right now to catch up and seeing all the reactions to the matches. We are in picture-in-picture. Darby and Kevin Knight continue. Great start to AEW Dynamite here tonight. Good energy in the building. I didn't mind the opening segment because Ospreay had some energy for once. It wasn't just another dingy hallway where they were all like having a chit-chat. They were actually kind of rah-rah. And Moxley, shout out John Moxley. Less is more, my guy. He walks in, looks at both guys. There's no tension here, and walks away. Perfect. Made sense. You already kind of, you call out the elephant in the room. You say the in part out loud, and that's it. No big monologue, no big speech about what a badass you are. Just in, out, and I thought good start. Darby and Kevin Knight, I hope this doesn't kill the show by being so good. And I wouldn't have Kevin Knight in a match of this magnitude right before the pay-per-view. Is that not almost like an unfair advantage for Kenny? And Kevin Knight, this isn't fair. Wait. Make Kenny do stuff. Ospreay, but I digress. Sign right next to Taz. Let's go. Soft, crazy. AW. Make Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and Shane Taylor trios and world champions, and make Athena first lady or Maya world. Let them dominate everybody. I really don't know what to do with the Hurt Syndicate. The scenario, again, another glaring example. And where fans, I get it. When fans see an available talent that has value, the natural inclination is like, oh, I hope my company can get her or him. But I think the Hurt Syndicate's a perfect example of they come in and this is going to be, Bobby's going to get the booking that they never got. Bad Triple H booked us like shit, but now we're going to show everybody. And they haven't shown anybody. They haven't proven people wrong. Very much, in the same way others have come into this company, and they were going to show the world that the WWE booking was so bad that if they were given the chance, they'd make it work. They were going to make it big. They were going to do all the things. And a lot of them haven't. A lot of them fell short. A lot of them, kind of just disappeared into the mist. And are, it's interesting. So if you're going to bring in someone like Bayley, it's got to count. Because the women do not get enough AEW TV time. It's showtime. I'm all the way at showtime. Let's go. All right, I'm going to fast fire some of these ones. I see a super chat. Let's get to this one first. Ramon Carter. This should be a pay-per-view match. What are we doing? Ramon, what are we doing? I'm with you, buddy. Raymond. Why do I keep saying Ramon? Raymond. Yeah, you need good matches on Dynamite. Don't get me wrong. But this match has gone for 12 minutes solid, 13 minutes solid now. It's a great match. From that standpoint, you can't really complain. But on the other side of it, as Darby sets up the Scorpion Death drop, but gets launched into the ref. Ref is dead. He dead. D-E-D, dead. Big clothesline by Knight. But I completely agree about this. Like, it's interesting position. It's interesting booking. It's interesting. I'll put it that. That's my nice way to put it tonight so far. I'm still in a good mood. What's up, business? Join me and Jake later on tonight at the State of Wrestling, talking all about the ongoing wrestling war and bonus episode Friday after SmackDown, previewing AAA Verano del Escal. I was so close. I was smooth, and I lost it. Escandalo event. It's going to be fun. And I mean, AAA is doing big things right now. We know, and again, we're starting to see a little bit of influx of some WWE talent back and forth. So Darby's got the belt, by the way. Puts it down. Another, they do it a lot. And I think all of us fans, whether you're an AEW loyalist or anybody out there, casual fan, this whole, I have this moment of, the angel devil fighting, and I stare at the opportunity to do evil. What do I do? I'm over it. They do it too often. And I hate it. It makes your baby face look stupid. Because every time the baby face goes, I can't do it, he gets this. Coast on coast. Kevin Knight from one side to the other.
Would you like butter on that, sir?
Smooth. Yes, check out Spaz. We got nothing but love. Thank you for 10 bones in the bucket, Spazzer. Go check out Spaz. Give him some love, my fellow Canadian. I'm happy with this opening. To be continued. Yeah, facts, man. It's like skeptical. As Kevin Knight pins Darby Allin. So, hey, good win for Kevin. It's a good win for Kevin going into Kenny. Interesting. Good match. Wait, where's my button? I don't even have to fake it anymore. Yeah, not bad, folks. I mean, it's been a couple weeks since I've said out loud, good start. See where this goes, though. Right? Because they were pointing out right here. We don't want to, count any of these chickens before we see them hatch. Saffet, man, I got you again. Alex, how are you doing? AR1, Nair, Phillips in the house. Holy, we always hope for a good show, right? Lady, how are you? Is Mox the Tommy Wiseau of wrestling? Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if it's a fair comparable on the sense of Mox is kind of Mox on his own planet. As here comes. No, not Kenny Omega. Here comes Kyle Fletcher. Okay. I don't believe that Kyle Fletcher's scheduled to have a match yet here tonight. So Kyle Fletcher just comes out to flex on his fellow faction friend. And Knight looks like he's ready to scrap. Did Sting buy a ticket? Of course he did. Sting guy fan in the front row. Oh, we got Okada. Oh, man. Imagine what Money in the Bank could do for a Penta, Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, Dom, Jacob. Yeah, there's some definite names there. Reed, Ethan. You're not wrong at all. It would be very curious to see the direction they want to go. Braun Breaker would be a huge shout. What if it was someone like a Ford? We just saw them lose the tag titles, and they've kind of been MIA. We've talked a lot about Ford getting a singles run. Something like that, I could see, man. I got no problem with it. As long as they got something meaningful and a direction to go with it, we'll see. Time will tell. As ladies and gentlemen, Okada's here. Kyle Fletcher's here. Kevin Knight gets the win over Darby, and we go to commercial break. How are we doing? I want everybody that can hear my voice right now, click the little reaction buttons in the bottom right-hand corner by the chat. Give them a click. Have those little emojis pop up. The more you click, the more love we get. The algorithm knows you're having a good time. So make sure you click them all. Don't forget, we are back here tomorrow, Thursday night. We got Impact. We got 8:45 start time. It's going to be interesting. We get the tag match, the Righteous and the Hardys. We've been waiting for this. It's been building. So we're going, I believe, back to the compound, etc. And then we get Nick Nemeth is going to take on Casey Navarro. So that is happening. SmackDown is on and brewing on Friday. We'll see what that looks like. What is the fallout from Saturday Main Event? Gunther, Aldis. Who else is out there? Is Randy coming back? Are we going to get a Drew? What's up with Finn Balor? And then, of course, Sunday, we will be here for Redemption, the show that we know will be here live at 6 o'clock p.m. on Sunday. We don't know when we're going to go home, and it's probably going to be Monday. So make sure you're here for that, folks. Again, like, share, subscribe, click all the buttons. Go check out the merch store. Go check out our socials. We're pretty funny guys. Go check out Anthony. Go check out Geekbox. Go check out Spaz and Jake and all our friends. Go just join the family. Be a part of the Wrestling Fans United. Be a part of the growing community where you can actually talk about wrestling. Renee Yum Yums, the Canadian Yum Yums. Those are extra.
Yum Yums.
There you go. God damn it, I'm behind. I'm catching up, I promise. God, hey, how you doing? What's up, ghouls? Welcome back. Politely, Miss Box in the house. How you doing? Hope you're doing well, keeping the other half in check, but always a smile when you pop up in the chat. We appreciate you. Press F, 10 gems. Willie, thank you, sir. Mega. I swear to God, I'm catching up. Shouldn't MJF win the title back? Sting fan gimmick infringement on Sting, right? If anyone would make him undo it, it might be Sting. But MJF is in a very peculiar situation. And I'm still thinking that MJF actually tweaked that knee worse than they said. I could be wrong. I'm not going to pretend to have sources like the other dumb shits. I think there was something there because it just falls apart, and your question becomes, now what? And if the rumors are true that right before All In, MJF's going to take extended time off just because? Well, if that's the case, if it's just because, then that's crazy at this time of year, right? That's the time you want your stars. That's what the time you want the hype. That's the time as all the Callis family has made it to the ring, and Renee. And Mark Davis is cutting off Renee. How dare you? He's saying stuff, but I mean,
you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Nope. What is he saying? As he will take on Andrade. I'm sure he said some things about Andrade. Unfortunately, he had his head turned, and it was really hard to make out. RVD was the one of the first ones to do a coast-to-coast in the Van Terminator. I'm legit remember, I mean, Joe, I'm sure you do, but like pre-internet, the rumor was like, this is fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme's fucking brother, cousin. Ever, like, it really is, man. It really is. He does the split kick just like him. And we had no way to verify it. We just had to believe that shit. So now the Don Gallows family all taking turns. And there's this weird tension with Fletcher and Knight and O'Connor. Like, I don't understand. I just tuned in. I'm already confused. Yeah, well, it was rolling, Willie. We were good. Decent start to this show. They're like, why is Kyle and Kevin arguing now? Like, I don't understand. Like, Kyle's acting jealous that Kevin might get a second belt. What is happening? What is happening here? What have we done? Anybody? What did I miss? Why are we doing this? He is fighting Kenny Omega for the world title. He screwed over Mike Bailey. You think that would be an issue? He beat the shit out of Darby, which I guess that was putting that to bed here tonight. But Fletcher is taking on Bandito, but he's giving Kevin Knight shit. They're in the same team. What is fucking happening? Kyle Fletcher said, did he say I'm fighting Bandito right now and everyone's banned from ringside? Why is Fletcher mad at everybody? So we're getting Fletcher, Bandito right now, everyone barred from ringside. What are we doing? Are they also fighting at, or is it going to be a tag match tonight? Okay, Okada's going to do the tag match. Woo! I was like, what the fuck? Thank you. So we go from a banger match to a family feud. We know the go-home show. Match, a whole bunch of shit after the match. Match, whole bunch of shit after the match. Match, whole bunch of shit after the match. So we're going to get Kyle Fletcher and Okada versus Bandito. Everyone banned from ringside. Why is Kyle Fletcher mad at the Callis family or Kevin Knight? What have I forgotten about this that helps this make a little more sense? Now, the tag match here, I'm good with it because you get the tag match and it sets up the singles match on the weekend. I thought they were going to give away the match on the pay-per-view. I just can't outstock on Brody anymore. Brody's a tough one because Brody should be so good. Fletcher looked like breath. His breath smells like rotten chicken. Oof. They're going to turn on Kyle Fletcher after he said that. I know, right? But where did, I don't understand. I don't get the issues here. So we are done with Fletcher and Takeshita. Yeah, that just... Takeshita's going to the G1. So there you go. Roppongi Vice City. Facts. Essentially. Brody could have came out before they said a word. That would have been better. Everybody kind of got, like, Mark Davis cut a little promo and said his piece about Andrade. And, yeah, so, it is what it is. Why is Matt dressed like a That's his, yeah. So, just so he can feel cool. Same thing. Fallen God. I gotcha. Kyle and the Manties. Is that what we're calling the faction? Kyle and the Manties? But I got you. I like it. Let's go. Oh, much love, wrestling fam. Let's go. Rance is back with us. Great opening match. Good start to Dynamite. Let's keep it up. Yeah. A little bit. It wasn't even too long or an overly bad segment. It was fine. I didn't hate it. Like the whole Callis thing. I cringe when I see the Callis family, come all sauntering out. It takes a whole commercial break to get them all out there. It takes the Callis family the same amount of time as Roman Reigns does to get to the ring, except there's 42 of them. Bandito going up. Bandito going down. Santon. I think this is the first time Shane did the coast to coast. It was WrestleMania 17 versus Vince. I believe so as well. A great looking move. And Kevin Knight does it so well. Brodito versus Protagata. Come on. Actually sounds different. Sounds different. Let's go. Stephanie Vakura could be returning for sure. What's up? Thank you again for the gems. All right. Remember, super chats, super stickers are your way to guarantee I click on you here tonight. Catching up again. This seems really rushed, but hopefully this leads to the end of Don Callis family. How could it be? He has a small army. You know what? Fletcher will leave Cal, his family, and they'll sign 3-4 more guys. As now we get an exchange. Bandito, Fletcher. Oh, up and over. Dudio. Yeah, bro. Biodo? Was that what you said? Mantis Fletcher's too funny. All of the Callis family will lose their belts in the next week. That's a big ask. Mark Davis is probably going to lose, for sure. Will Kyle Fletcher lose to Bandito? I don't know. I get really confused with the booking of Bandito where, like, he was in a tag team. It was super hot. It was super over. And then, you know, they weren't a tag team anymore. And that was sad. And it felt too quick. And then Swerve wanted to fight him. And then it became a tournament match. Then nothing. Now we're here. Big flapjack. Brody should have won the AEW belts at least 3 times. Yeah, he's too busy losing to little guys. Someday KG will give Aubrey yum-yums. I can't do it, my guy. I can't do it. I mean, politely, it's just, she makes everything she does, you know, kind of, everything she's doing in there kind of ugly. Not specifically, I just can't yum-yum the situation. As we go to pitcher, Okada's in control of Bandito right now. Hit the buttons. Let's go, folks. Keep it climbing. I see us getting closer and closer to triple digits. If you can hear my voice right now, go get a few friends. Let's double up. Let's get triple digits here on a Wednesday night, folks. Kyle Fletcher's breath smells like booty doo. Smells like sky blue, actually. Could be true. I don't know. Booty sweat. Yeah, but yeah. It looked like blue like that mist. Fletcher hangs out in public toilets. Rough. Why are we picking on Fletcher? I like it, but keep going. Sadly, Fletcher. Yeah, there you go. There you go. What exactly was the point of Knight joining the Callis family if Knight and Fletcher could have been a feud to combine titles because 4 mid-card titles is too many? Willie, that sounds so reasonable. It seems crazy that it's not just the way it is. Like, yeah, that seems like the rational choice. And when we talked about Kevin Knight's going to fight Kenny at Redemption, so why not have Kevin Knight actually fighting and kind of building up that title, that scene? Condensing a couple belts would be wonderful. But it's same thing with Andrade. Andrade pretty much just got to the Callis family. And, you know, next thing you know, it was, you know, fuck you. So, yeah, no real rhyme, reason, not, it maybe lacks a little bit of consistency, to be honest. Go figure. But, yeah, I really think there was just stories that Kevin could have told as TNT champion. I feel like Ricochet, when he lost it, even if you're not a Ricochet fan, you know, he lost that belt in the Casino Battle Royal or whatever it was, that he wasn't more upset and made more of a push to get it back. But regardless, he goes evil out of left field. He turns heel. You know, I think Darby at the pay-per-view should have been the match, right? That's my take. So I don't have a graphic for this impromptu match, by the way. AEW got to put the tag titles on washed up, boring tag teams. Then Brodito is a hot and fresh tag team. Yeah. Brodito was over. They're still over. Remember when they did their little breakup and everyone was kind of bummed out? They didn't need to do that. AEW needs to put a spotlight, and I keep saying this, a thing that AEW could have over WWE easily is tag team wrestling. On paper, AEW's tag team roster potential is off the charts, right? When you think of the Broditos, the Bucks, even if you don't like some of the tag teams, you can't say they would never have a good match, right? The Grizzled Young Vets are out there. You have the Rascals. You could have MCMG. You could have the New Day. Like, there's a lot of potential here with all they got to do. Remember the early days of AEW? You get 2 maybe 3 tag matches. The tag stuff kind of had something going. I wish it would come back because WWE is not doing great with their men's tag teams either. So if AEW put some focus and let some really good teams have some really good matches, you'd corner that out. And I think when you're the smaller guy competing against the bigger guy, you have to find those things like WCW finding cruiserweights, right? That made them different. You had to go there to get that. 2 count. Decent match. Brody King has lost cause in AEW to me. I've never seen a big man eat so many L's to small men. It's crazy. And again, you find ways to temper a guy like Brody, and you have him like he's a great guy to chase a babyface champion when the fans are behind him. He's a great. He's fine to be the babyface himself. And the neck breaker, cut on Brody. So yeah, I think Brody King had a lot of potential. It's like Buddy Matthews. It's like if he goes back to AEW and pops up now that people are like, he's cleared. His sprained ankle's finally healed after 19 months. What are they going to feel like when he gets there? What are they going to do with him? I don't know. 42 of them. Let's go. Come on. I'm close. Wednesday night, you know what that means. Everyone in Don Cal's family looks like the underground tech company. Oh, shit. They look like the fucking Callus 11. But they're like the low budget one. They're not robbing casinos. They're robbing, convenience stores. Brodito for the win. I didn't even put a poll up for this one. KG, do you think we will see Steve Macklin in AEW or Ring of Honor? So that's the rumor. I'm very curious about this one. I mean, you were in TNA. If there's not the right amount of interest or the right situation for Steve with WWE, AEW might be, if Tony's willing to offer him some money, it might be worth, his while and for his, well-being financially to do so. I mean, it's interesting in the fact that I feel like Deonna Purrazzo's been in AEW for 2-3 years, 2.5 years, and it's amounted to nothing, and she's expressed frustration. So is it just a money grab, and then him and Deonna can, go work some indies and hang out a lot, which is great for them, I think. There you go. Tony handing out nest eggs to everybody. So we got another near fall. Brody chucks Okada out, and Bandito setting up the silly string suplex. But Fletcher holds onto the ropes as you think you would. Sky booty. Aubrey is the opposite of a yum. I was going to go, mwah, but that is not funny at all. Evolve is really good today. A lot of people are fans. A lot of people are liking it. Yum Yums ain't all inclusive. That's facts. Again, it's not, and it's not even like, I'm not being mean-spirited. I mean, just her whole presentation and what the whole situation, it's not a yum. It's not a yum. Does Redemption have a real top flight main event? I don't think so. Kevin Knight and Kenny Omega is not a pay-per-view main event. And we get a deep 2 after the frog splash. Another long match. Like 40 minutes. And I mean, the bulk of it has been matches. So I'll give them credit there. 40 minutes in, pretty good show. Thanks to just good wrestling. As I think now we're setting up a monkey flip. Oh, needs a drop kick. Okada, nice vertical. Super kick. Oh, Okada takes out Fletcher. So weird. There we go. Where is it? What were we saying? Sure flight. Yeah, I mean, Jericho Ciampa is not a main event. It's not even a pay-per-view match. Omega Knight, Yeah, maybe a great Dynamite main event. Thekla Willow feels like it's going to go the wrong direction. Big suplex. And Bandito gets the win. Okada hits Fletcher with the Rainmaker. And Callis is unhappy. Yeah, no real standout. What is the Death Riders versus the Young Bucks going to be the main event? Yeah. I mean, the only thing that really can make Kenny and Kevin Knight a compelling main event would be any story that ties into it. You know, does Moxley, Ospreay, does somebody get involved? How does that work? Like acid potato chips, hot potato being passed around. Callis family is the most talented faction and most successful faction. Of what? In what way? I'm so confused. So there are 42 of them. I don't think that's fair. I just hate how they try to start feuds in between feuds. Yeah, exactly. We're getting ready for a pay-per-view to go home, and out of nowhere, Kevin Knight and Kyle Fletcher are screaming at each other. Shouldn't Kevin Knight be focused on Kenny? Fletcher be focused on whoever the fuck he's fighting? And like the focus needs to be in the right place. Okada saying, I'm sorry. Who's taking more L's, Brody or MDB? When jokes. Kyle Fletcher and Don Callis look like aliens from the movie I Am Number 4. Is Bailey leaving or just to work? I don't know. I wish I had a clear answer, Craig. There's potential. It all would depend on what is her contract status. As Fletcher's screaming at Okada, Okada is just looking like a bitch, like a scalded dog, getting belittled. You blew it! So, going in, now we know the rule. Does it stay true? Bandito goes over on the go-home show. Is that good news for Fletcher? Spazzer, Callis fam is so many people who'd be good if they weren't in the Callis fam. Also forgot to say I'm hella close to 1,900 thanks to a lot of people in this community. Hashtag thankful, KJ UCMLP. I did see MLP. I thought they did a really good job putting on the first show. As here we go. Match, more people. Here comes Andrade. This has been one giant, like 35-minute segment. Oh, no, actually, 40-minute segment. Think about it. Match into the overrun, the afterbirth of the match, into the next match, into more. Just one long segment. It never ends. How you know? Andrade going to win on the weekend. How you know? It's a good guess. No, we appreciate you, Spaz. We appreciate all the love. I'm glad to see you growing and doing well. That's awesome. Pumped to see you guys climbing, and we appreciate it. We really do, my guy. I never once taken an L to Boston, Ken. Are you sure? Now we got the graphic for No Holds Barred. Told you, Jericho has to have stiff matches. Punish the Painmaker versus Tommaso Ciampa. Let's go. Dude, they're going to replay it, and they think this shit is cool, and it's comical. This is so bad. Whoever said Aubrey should have Yum's buttons needs to No, you don't have to leave, but rub your eyes a little. You're not totally wrong. I just can't bring myself to no. Don't start that shit. Come on now. Yum Yums are not participation awards. No, they're not. Word on the street is Becky Lynch is looking to retire, potentially. She talked a lot about it, especially now being a mom. She's accomplished a lot. Maybe she goes and focuses on that aspect of her life for a little bit. Again, maybe Becky's one that would, if she's gone a little bit and then comes back, kind of in the twilight of her career, people appreciate her a little more. Bailey AEW or TNA. I'd say AEW over TNA. All right, we got Mick Foley. It's not the right music. It's not the right music. Steve Macklin is good, but always seems stuck in the middle somewhere. Steve Macklin's had some unfortunate luck. He's had some good runs. He's had some really great matches. I'm a big fan of what Macklin brings to the table. But again, we've seen the kind of bad timing on some injuries that haven't, helped. That's what I mean. Like, if he was a free agent and the WWE wasn't quite knocking on his door, what becomes the option? And if Tony Khan's offering anything really, maybe that's the play. Maybe he just wants to work on the indies. I don't know. Maybe he wants to become the lead guitar of a ska band. I don't know what to tell you. What is the P&L statement of AEW? The math ain't nothing's adding up. Nothing's adding up. Steve wants to sign with AEW Ring of Honor. I don't know why. Ching. I mean, that has to be one of the, is there any other reason?
I'm rich, bitch!
I'm rich, bitch. Yeah, would there be any other reason, Anthony? Is it just a matter of, I want to? I mean, maybe he's more optimistic than we are. It feels like, oof. I mean, there's a long list of guys that just never amounted to anything. I don't know. My Little Pony? My Little Pony. More like yikes. Yeah, fucking right. This match with Fletcher and Benito could steal the show at Redemption. Should be a hell of a match. Really, we're going to get false finishes up to Wahoo McDaniel. But right now I am in a commercial break. We are rolling. Again, I'm trying to play keep up with the chat. You guys are killing it. Keep it coming. Keep it busy. Love seeing a crowd hanging out on a Wednesday. No pants. No pants. You know. Rants. They literally turned Kevin Knight just because there was no rhyme or reason nor plan behind it. And the one guy he should be focused on, Speedball, they drop it. Yeah. The story wrote itself. Okay, fine. Kevin Knight decides, you know what? I'm tired of being a nice guy. I'm going to be an asshole. Fine. You maybe out of left field. Let's ignore that. But the obvious storyline to at least launch it is Speedball, right? Is that not the thing that you run for a while? And at Redemption sounds like a place where a guy like Speedball that might want a little revenge on his buddy that kind of turned his back on him. Maybe Speedball could get redemption at Redemption, but no. So again, it was right there for the taking. The Darby thing, I don't think they handled it well. Like Kevin Knight Darby, which started his heel turn, we just paid it off here and then moved on. Like Darby got shoved out of the ring. 44 members of the Callis family show up, and Darby who? I'm watching Evolve over this. You guys, again, maybe we got to, I say this all the time. Maybe we got to keep an eye on Evolve and see what's going on over there. That's why he wear the manties, KJ. I like that. This is funny. As Mick Foley is standing by, hopefully not wearing manties. Probably Huggies, actually. I came back after a drink. That's a good time. Now you put the titles on them. If you do something stupid and put it on the Death Riders, yeah. I stand on business, Roll Tide, and I've yet to have anybody kind of combat my argument is Tony Khan. It's the booking of Tony Khan that's holding everything back, but he's building the company around the wrong people. So you have really good talent that could, I believe, make this company better, more prosperous, more profitable. But he's relying on the guys he trusts. But Thekla and Twisted Sister, Mick Foley's doing random interviews. Okay. None about Kenny Omega is a turn on. Tell me what you really think. It's Thekla here. The winner of the 2026 Midlife E for Best Female Wrestler in the first half of this year. The fans voted for Thekla, so hit the button.
Yum yums.
Now, here's my concern. Thekla dropping that belt to set up a repeat match between Mercedes and Willow is not good booking. Correct? That's my concern. Thekla has all this momentum, and you're going to hinder that? The match at All In should be Willow Thekla. You have a match at Redemption. It's got a schmoz finish, and then you keep the rivalry going, and you make it super heated. And by the time you get to All In, we're dying to watch these two women tear each other apart for the belt. But everything's just short burst, short term, no long term, no foresight. Willow should be a merch machine. This girl with the biggest smile in wrestling. She went black on TSN for me. Let's go. How you know? Yeet over yeet? Oh, I don't know. I like it, though. It's catchy. My birthday this Monday. I'll be here, Cooper. We appreciate you spending part of your special day with us. A lot of birthdays going on right now, as we've mentioned. I ironically will not be here on my birthday. Yum Yums Willow, unless I fall in the chat drunk. Yum Yums Willow, brownie cookie thick. It's a lot to unravel. But I think the point of the whole thing was, yeah, I think that's what you meant. Thekla been drinking. She definitely feels like it, but she's good. That's her whole kind of thing. She's wild. She's unglued. A fun time. Just hold on tight. Right? That lady that smacks you in the face while you're, yeah, anyway. Yum Yums appropriate. Facts. As Tony Khan would say, well-deserved Yum Yums in the chat tonight. Foley said the thing, LOL, what the fuck is cool about being a sicko? I just don't understand why Foley, this is what... Hey, Foley, can you come out and watch this happen? Just give them an in-ring segment, like the men. Why is Mick Foley standing there just whistling Dixie? Thekla. I love when Mick Foley just always never gave a shit. He's just 100%. Yeah, I love it. I mean, again, it's one of the things, such a, just a kind of big old ball of dirt. And I don't mean that disrespectfully, but he's just, the shaggy dog. Like, I am who I am. And that's it. Here comes Thekla. Let's go. July 24th. Friday, we will be here live. Dynamite's been good. I agree. I like Dynamite tonight. Mostly because they did two pretty good matches that covered most of the hour. Oh, you lost it? So that's all right. It's back on my end, or it never left. What was the point of AEW sending the Big Show 5 years ago? Listen, Tony Khan assigned old refs, old producers, old wrestlers, just to say he did, I guess, or just to, like, in case they wanted to. Like, I don't get it. But, I mean, I give the man some love. Like, I mean, I think it's, we got to spend as much money as possible, like, as a tax write-off. But outside of that, Big Show, Mark Henry, how many people came in here for zero purpose? And I'm not taking away from things. I loved when Mark Henry did the Rampage stuff. Big Show, took a spine buster from Hobbs one time. Oh, it's getting heated. I like this. This should have been in the ring. This is better than the Gallows family. She dropping the bees. Thekla 2 belts, by the way. She was bragging. That's, don't you hate pants? The kind of whiz always welcome in my chat after KJ is done. Of course. Yes. Appreciate it. Mom, Uncle Bob is on TV. I thought you said he was in a group home.
We have everything to lose. We both want to walk into All In as the AEW Women's Champion.
I said the same thing, Bonkers. What did Bonkers say? Dean TV, welcome, welcome, welcome. Mark Henry got paid to say it's time for the main event. Smart guy. Dean, I don't knock the hustle. Like I talk about this all the time with like Tony Schiavone, some of the other people that again have been on like, you know, multiple year injuries. I do not knock anyone's hustle at all. I mean, again, I think it's funny, and I think several people have taken advantage of the generosity that is TK. But yeah, you're right. Like, I mean, smart as shit. Right? Like you think if you're a Hurt Syndicate, and even if you're not getting in the ring, you're all out doing whatever you want to do, and you're getting paid pretty good bank. Right? Oh, Thekla smacks Willow with the sleeve of her jacket. Thekla basically says, no matter what happens, Willow, you're just going to keep on smiling. Thekla, awkward sometimes. Yeah. I think that's where, you know, a little bit of coaching helps. But overall, I think sometimes it kind of lends to it going a little out there. And I think most of the time she does kind of play in the pocket. But I know what you're saying. It gets a little like, again, you're maybe putting the emphasis on the wrong syllable as you push through. So like she, you know, 2 or 3 words in a row, she's throwing that extra inflection on, and it gets a little like awkward. Willow would be making money hand over fist in the WWE, but she's far too indie minded. I don't know. We'll see. If I was somebody in WWE, and I know they got really good scouts out there, I'd have an eye on Willow. And yeah, I get it. She's indie minded. She's good though. She's good. She's good talent. But I don't like this scenario because I think Thekla has been arguably, like, I mean, our fans voted that Thekla was the best female performer in the first half of this year. And right before your major pay-per-view, she's going to lose the belt. I hope that's not the case. But I think Monet would rather work with Willow than work with Thekla. Christmas, yeah, always. It's Christmas every day in that man's world. Yeah, watch it, Uncle Mick. Hey, now. Willow looks like she can... Oh, dude. I ran into that one. Not reading the rest of it. You don't disrespect. Go. Don't do it. Kevin, how are you doing right now? Right now? Doing good. We are rolling. We're already at the hour mark. I will say I'm pleasantly surprised at how fast the first hour went. But the segment's over. Let's get out of here. Why does everything linger? You did good. Get out. Not a bad exchange. And now we go to, I'm a little surprised we're in a video package at the top of the hour, but hey. But we're going to the video package for Maya World taking on, she's probably going to win, right? Taking on Sheeta this weekend. If you took a shot for every time there was a title shown on AEW, you'd be hammed. Just complete ham sandwiched, Willie. Like, there would be nothing. There's belts everywhere. Belts from other companies. Belts, more belts and belts. Everybody's a champion. It's like, I don't know if you guys have them in you know, whatever country you may be in. I know you're in the States. Like here we have what we call the ESO medals, like participation medals. Like, you know, it's like, here you go. It's like, thank you for playing. Everybody's got a belt. Like you get one in the walking through the door. It's like a goodie bag, you know. Did everyone get their belt? Good. Put your name on it so you don't lose it. Do you ever think they're in the back just like, oh shit, we got the wrong belts. Trade. My World Yum Yums. On Collision, Maya and Willow will team up. That would be a great match for tonight against Sheeta and Thekla. That would have been a great match here tonight. Maya World would low-key behave. Down boy. I gotta get the barking button back. Thekla legit, one of the best pro wrestlers going at the moment. In ring, on mic, connecting with the audience. Facts, facts, facts. Undeniable money. The Bang Gang. The Bang Bang Gang in the house. Still a good entrance. I like it. They time it. Again, the Gun Boys get the business. Juice has some crazy energy around him. Just a wonky dude. Ace Austin can go, and Jay White is Jay fucking White. So the crowd is into this. This is the faction I put my money on. This is the faction I book heavy. This is the faction that shows John Moxley and the Death Riders how you run things around here. Willow and Maya. Jesus Christ. Boys, behave. I did twice. I don't fight y'all. Bro, remember when Tony Khan had Thekla be a mute for months and we were like, why doesn't this girl talk? Not knowing how great she was on the mic. Yeah, for a while it was just dead silence. And part of it was like, oh, language barrier and da-da-da-da, and here she goes. Yeah. Terrible. Yeah, I gotta get a new dog button. Not quite. Champion versus champion tag team match this Saturday on Collision. Just announced. As far as I know, let's see, they have yet to add any matches to Redemption. So right now, as it sits at 8. Bang Bang Crew. Let me put up a poll for this one. A little late, but better late than never. Who wins this match, folks? Let me know who you taking. Are you taking the returning Jay White? Are you taking Connors? Get in that chat and let me know. Light switch jokes. I like Thekla, but I think her promos suck tonight. Is it the overemphasizing? Is it someone having to say, like, it's really cool that you found this button, and it's really cool that this goes to 11, but maybe back it off a little. Maybe not every second word. You know, kind of find that sweet zone, that pocket where you're not overdoing it, you're not underdoing it, you're just kind of putting it out there. You don't want it to feel forced or fake. Bang Bang Gang, best entrance hands down. One of the better entrances in wrestling in 2026, for sure. Pew 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 pew, pew pew, motherfucker. Jay White backs Connors into the corner. Of course, there's definite history between these guys. We don't get any yum-yums on Wednesday before 8:30. We are getting a little carried away. It is true. Like, I mean, you know, considering we watch other wrestling shows that, like, out the gate, yum, 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 yum. The ladies have a very valuable, strong presence on other shows. For whatever reason here, you're right. We barely see them prior to 8:30. We know about the one match a week between 9 and 9:30 or the main event. Like that's the two options you get with the women. They announced a tag team match for Collision. I actually think they should have put that match on Dynamite here tonight. Instead of the segment in the exchange, which was okay, but nothing groundbreaking, have the match just for fun. So they give anybody a wrestling job. Don't they? What the is Clark Connors? I think there was a question in there, like, what is the fuck Clark Connors? But yeah, I mean, Clark's doing his thing. Clark was a good signing by Tony. It all depends on what we do with him. Jay White, 95% of the vote, as we would imagine. Bang Bang Gang is a real faction, not the Callis Dorks. It does feel like a legitimate faction that is legitimately together. If they could be booked in some stuff where they look like badasses, where they're causing trouble, where they're literally disrupting production. They're going to sit in gorilla with Tony. They're fucking with the production truck, NWO, DX style, just fucking up the show. Be the menace. Be everything Moxley wants to be but can't. Clark Connors looks like he's musty. Smells like mothballs. Jay White, Switchblade for the win. Switchblade, Jay White for the win. TK denying Tay Mello's release request because he tacked on time for her getting pregnant. It's kind of gross, no? I mean, Spaz, here's a better question, and I hate playing this game, but it's fun once in a while to prove a point. If we found out, if the public, if the IWC got word that the WWE was refusing to release Naomi and holding her due to her pregnancy, or Belair for that matter, they were not, they were not letting them go. They were holding them back, whatever. We can picture or imagine the outrage, the outpouring, the cry. I mean, it's interesting. If she wanted out of the company, Tony was the guy that wasn't going to hold people back until he started hemorrhaging people. You saw it with Phoenix. You saw it with others. And it is what it is. I mean, what will become the argument for Tay and for Sammy, and what the same argument Phoenix had? When did my injury or my condition go from, I can't wrestle right now to I'm ready to go and I'm not being booked? That's the measure. That's what happened with Phoenix. Phoenix was out with injury, but when he was healthy and ready to go, the clock's ticking. So if you're going to penalize me for time I took off, I'm going to penalize you for the time that you chose to have me off. Seems fair, right? MCMG is going to be a free agent tonight at midnight. Is it tonight? Yes. So again, a nice little birthday gift for anybody who had a birthday this week. But a whole bunch of free agents are popping up on their 90 days tonight, tomorrow. So that would make this fun. Going into pay-per-views, going into Redemption, going into All In, going into Lockdown, going into SummerSlam. Which, I mean, they released them, so probably doesn't mean as much. But where could people show up? If you're a fan, if you watch independent wrestling, if you catch like a MLW or an MLP, who might show up in one of those places? You never know. You never know. They might as well put Switchblade and Connors and Finley together in a group because they all look the same. Paul, it's a valid argument and funny enough, right? And maybe that's the super group of it all. They come together to morph into one big Switchblade. I don't fucking know. Yum match right now. Let's go. In the ring currently? Beat the ass clowns. Let's go. Jay is cute until he starts spitting. I spit when I talk. Anything that walks, right? I'm sorry, but I'm just not watching Collision, fam. I'd rather literally do anything else. I mean, MDB, our track record with Collision. We were religiously here for every Collision. We never missed. And I became a thing of when I noticed other big AEW fans saying we don't watch it, that really put it on notice. And I think Tony spent a lot of time making Collision feel like it didn't matter. So it's a tricky thing now because when they put good matches on Collision, I'm like, fuck, why'd you put that on Collision? But at the same time, when they don't, I don't want to watch it then either. So we're kind of at a fucking crossroads with this whole situation. I don't know what we're going to do, but I can't do it anymore. I mean, we catch it when we're on here. If there's something special going on, we try. Clark Connors is wearing his girlfriend's leather pants, most likely. Jay White for the win. I don't even know what day and time Collision comes on anymore. It's funny because this last Saturday we were here, and there was no Collision in Canada live at the time. I've seen Instagram models with the same pants as Clark Connors. Facts. You got 10 pair on Shein for $12. Collision feels like watching indie wrestling on YouTube. Very much so, and I think what for me would become the biggest glaring issue with Collision is it literally didn't connect. It feels like an island unto itself. It doesn't feel cohesive in a lot of ways, and it's unfortunate. To be honest, the Bang Bang Gang technically has two DX second generation guys. Exactly. And they're good. Connors throwing a temper tantrum. Oh, Jay White eats an elbow. Clark smells like onions. He's got layers. That's why, Nair. WWE would be accused of all the isms. Exactly, right? 150%. Unfucking deniable. And if it went the other way, I mean, here we are. And it's, oh, well, no, we're justified. He can do that. What do you want, bro? So what? It's crazy. It's goalpost moving. And that's the dilemma. That is, and again, I said it Monday, and I think we talked about it a little bit on Saturday, that's where I give a guy like Brian Alvarez a little bit of credit of, I've been, how long have I said it? How many videos have we put up about, the fans have to speak up. The people, you can't move the goalposts to make your company feel comfortable. We're here every week and we're talking about, man, Dynamite doesn't feel that good, but the sickos love it. And, he popped a rating. So there's no, in Tony's mind, he doesn't have any reason to try to be better or to change his tactics. He's killing it. That guy goes home every night and high fives himself. He's pumped. Right? Just looking in the mirror. You're a king. You're a king. You did it. You're killing it, bro. Big spear by Connors. I see pride. I see power. I see a badass. But that's it. I'm in a double standards, folks. And again, I don't mind critiquing the wrestling. I really hate the hypocrisy in it all. Don't you put that... I'm sorry. Odd question there, Paul. Let's be real. Clark is a jobber on main event. I mean, Clark put in work and has put in work in New Japan and such. I don't know if this match is exactly nice, Uranagi. Crowd's a little quiet. I mean, AEW fans kind of are at times. They seem to wait, kind of be into the moments that happen. Near fall for Jay White off the Uranagi. For real, MDB has been a couple of times. Isn't a giant switchblade just a sword? Maybe. Is it the switch or the blade that makes it the switchblade? Do you get a switch, like a switch sword? Like a snap out sword? Is that a possibility? People are saying Triple H is racist because Street Profits and the titles. I've mentioned this before. I've touched on this before. I try and dodge this topic because in 2026, if you are all of this that you see on screen right now, you're pretty much the devil and you're not supposed to have an opinion on anything. But anybody, and I've been public about this, anybody that feels that way about Triple H or the crew, there's so much evidence against it is completely and utterly embarrassing that anyone says it. If the minute I see someone talking like that about the company, I stop following. I don't follow. I have no interest in people that are going to conjure up that kind of story. And in a world that we need to kind of bring everyone together, shit like that is so divisive. and so not founded in any of the evidence. You look at all the evidence right now on the map, and I mean, I think if you looked at everything in a fair comparable, AEW actually is in a worse position, and they're not that either. You know, they're not. But Jay chokes out Connors. Well, then drops him. Did he catch him on a spear? So there you go. That's my answer on that without diving on a landmine and getting everything here shut down. But again, it's completely bullshit. It's utter bullshit, and it's divisive. And it's, again, sometimes the people pointing the fingers are the problem. As here we go, Aftermath. The go-home special. You're guaranteed an Aftermath. Clark Connors looks like an athletic woman. Looks like he does triathlons. And the Billy Club from Finley. The Shillelagh. If you were a knife, which would you be? I'm definitely a Swiss Army knife. I'm a bit more of a machete man myself. Just swinging. Pause. And he just swinging said Excalibur as Smoke Juice is out here with the chain. So we still have some issues between the Dogs and the Bang Bang Gang. Finley throws a chair. Of course, the Dogs are a man down, but Finley's been good. I mean, hasn't done a lot. Dynamite inclusion need a draft. They need something. You got to find a way. Butter knife. Oh, shit. Right?
Would you like butter on that, sir?
Might not be the sharpest, but it gets the job done. Let's go. As Adam Copeland and Cage will take on Claudio and Pac. Serious question. How Pac doesn't seem like he should be on any pay-per-view, how little we see Pac. They give us this big speech about the Edge and Christian come out and they talk, and Edge talks for like 6 minutes as they get jumped in the front. Is it a jumping if you see them coming? Pause and maybe. Honestly, though, if you're standing here and they're coming from there, did they really jump you? Or are you just slow to react? As we get a stomp. Pac is so underutilized in this company. The Death Riders are better if Pac's the leader. I don't give a fuck. Pac is so underutilized. Claudio is too. All right, they're not going to win this match, I don't think. It would be weird if they did. But Cage and Copeland come out and sell us on the Dogs. The Dogs are the future. The Dogs remind us of us. Beat them? Bye. What? KJ, do you think Jay Wade hadn't missed so much time due to injuries, he would have been AEW World Champion? I would think so. I really do, Kyle. I think when he first came on board, it was a little flat. But what he does now with the gang, with the Bang Gang, the Bang Bang Gang, what they're doing there, I mean, you can't deny that is relatively solid, right? Up next, so we match brawl, backstage brawl. So we're right on cue. Like, if you guys go back to how I opened the show tonight, we talked about this. Match brawl, backstage brawl. Now we're getting a no DQ brawl. All the brawls. Been good though. I'm much happier this Wednesday over last Wednesday. This will be the week that all the AEW fans are like, we didn't like this week, because I actually gave it some love. AAA beats both AEW shows. AAA's killing it, and it's fun. I saw AAA last Saturday. After we got off the air, I finished watching it. I should have just stayed and watched it with you guys. But it was outstanding. It's been good. It's a really good show in that hour. Ooh, I'm really loving an hour wrestling show. Feels fresh. Like, you get in, you get out. You get a couple matches, a couple angles, and before you get bored, they're fucking done. Just gone. Perfect. I agree. KJ, the Bang Bang Gang, should be in the position the Death Riders are in. Facts. Again, AEW has so much talent. I just feel like it's Moxley and not like the Bang Bang. Now, the Bang Bang was out injured, so I'll forgive that, obviously. But, I mean, it just feels like it's Moxley being pushed, the Bucks getting random spots, you know, the Death Riders and tag team title matches. Like, at this time in history, Edge and Christian versus Claudio Pac is not a pay-per-view level match. That is a pre-match, like that is a Dynamite match that is setting you up for a bigger match with someone else at this time. That's not saying Pac sucks. That's not saying Claudio sucks. That's not giving any shade to Edge and Christian. It's just at this time with how they've been booked, specifically Claudio and Pac, how do you know, it doesn't feel like a pay-per-view match. I think that's a fair assessment. Right? Sheeta Maya World doesn't seem like a pay-per-view match. None of this does in a big way. Fletcher Bandito is going to be a good match. I have no problem with that being a mid-card pay-per-view match. That fits and it's going to cook. The build-up is what it is. He's more interested in beefing with his own crew than anything Bandito has done. The Painmaker, Jericho, and Ciampa, I mean, that's like a collision main event. I don't think this match is going to be anything worth watching. We'll find out. Kenny Kevin Knight is not a pay-per-view match. Mark Davis and Andrade, not a pay-per-view match. Thekla Willow, I'll call that a pay-per-view match. So 3 out of 8 so far, I think, are legitimate pay-per-view matches. Stephanie Velcro and Reina Volcan took a photo together. I almost just fainted. My Lord. As here comes Twisted Sisters. We're not going to take it. All right, I'm going to put a poll up for this one, folks. Who are you taking? Are you taking Double D's or are you taking Twisted Sisters? Yes, we make up our own names around here. If you're new, it's on purpose most of the time. Some of the time. Who are they fighting again? Someone let me know. I blanked. I just said it. Oh, the champs. Can we even remember who the fucking champs are? All right. I kind of like, I mean, where we talk about the matches that are not title matches or are title matches, I kind of feel like this could have been, or pay-per-view, sorry. I kind of feel like this could have been on the pay-per-view. What is this? They have gone like all out AI on this. Is that new? It's kind of cool. Very AI. But kind of cool. Divine Dominion. Neither one of these two could spell divine or dominion. Jesus Christ. Just looking at the dogs makes me puke. It's twice. By the way, this definitely qualifies.
Yum yums.
As we get the jump start, Kendo Sticks as the choke. And by the way, Double D's coming out in hockey jerseys tonight, so that's nice to see. And we are off and swinging. Here's a good tip for those out there fighting. If you and your friend walk up on 2 people and they have weapons, just walk right at them. Good luck. The gang had some of the best matches with FTR. That Iron match, the Iron Tag Team match, I guess, the Iron Man match they had that went like 59 minutes was outstanding. They were unbelievable against FTR. That's the last cool shit I thought FTR has done. Honest to God. I think after that, FTR's mailed it in since. Uranagi. Am I that? I cannot be that far behind. All right, so bad. Let me go. Twisted Sisters look like a goth powder. Yeah, they're like the dark powder puff girls. As we get a chair, Sky Blue pulling all the stuffs out. Not like that. Was that a Starbucks logo? Might have been. Divine Dominion, Yum Yum's time. Our names are way better anyway. They kind of are. And I mean, I feel like some of them have trickled down and ended up being on TV. All the cakes. Look at Safit.
Yum Yums.
All the birthday boys out there feeling the cakes. With 100% rocket double D's, hockey jersey. Let's fucking go, I would. Sky Blue over Roxanne. My only issue here, Kyle, is I think Roxanne's a way better wrestler in ring. Sky Blue, I get it. Sky Blue to me is like Roxanne 4 years ago. But I don't hate the booking. I mean, in the right environment, yes. Overanalyze your question. Yes, that would be great. I'm loving the gear from both sides of the teams for sure. As now we got so Blue is just hi-ya on everybody. I see ya. Hold tight. The Tarantula on the outside, back in, and more kendoing. The crowd got so quiet. You could literally hear as Julia Hart hits Sky Blue. Double D retained for sure. Oh, she hit her with a screwdriver, so hold on tight. Yeah, she's down. We know why she's down.
We got a bleeder!
Here she comes. Next time we see that lady. Megan Bain and Lena Cross or Julia Hart, Sky Blue, who will win? I'm thinking Megan Bain and Lena Cross, the double Ds, as Julia gives us some old school. And you got to have the person with the hand. This is where we get picky, right? But not a bad thing overall for a younger talent. If you're on the holding end of the old school, you got to kind of sell that you're wobbly. You're not just in perfect condition watching the person walk across the ropes. Even though she foiled it anyway, but when you don't look hurt, we kind of expect you to foil it. Horrible. I said it. With some training, there's a lot of potential. Sky Blue, Julia Hart. This is like the potential bowl right now. All four of these women have huge upside in pro wrestling. I think they need more reps, more training, and ultimately in a better situation. Oh, we got more.
We got a bleeder!
Those. Mid-show on a Wednesday, we go to pitcher and pitcher. The ladies are bleeding. How we doing, folks? I don't know if that's allowed to be said on. I swear to God, it's happening. I'm just reporting. Oh, God, the dreaded screwdriver. Fucking screwdrivers. There's an obsession with tools in this company, one way or the other. They don't know. They don't work on intangibles in AEW. No, they don't. And again, it's just like put them in there and you have like the best match you possibly can. I don't think Julia Hart's a great in-ring performer. I think Sky Blue's a bit better. I've seen Sky Blue have a couple good matches, decent matches. But I think, in a place where their in-ring gets better, then you have the intangibles. Go with good in-ring. So if you look at like a Roxanne Perez, Sol Ruca, Kalani Jordan, Lola Vice, I could sit here all day. Zaria, Lyra, who out of them are tell me one name that is not as good as Julia or Sky Blue in ring, right? I could see her all day and do it. So that's the dilemma, right? Like you need the quality of the wrestling to come up. And where Tony, I think at times where he feels like maybe the analytics are showing that the ladies aren't much of a draw or not as big as of a draw for AEW, so he doesn't book them as much. But what he's missing out on is that you got to book them better. You got to make them stronger. You got to make them more believable. And you got to put them in more stuff that, there's an angle. There's strength to an angle. It's why we missed Tony Storm. Think about it. Tony Storm was the last major storyline, and Tony Storm pretty much in Blake Monroe, really to a degree. But was that the last major woman's storyline, actual storyline? More like 70% MDB. We got blood. Yeah, we do. There's probably going to be more. Let's be 100 real. If Julia Hart was in the WWE, she would have been released 5 times ago. Maybe not, right? So, Paul, I know you say that, but then I think back when, like, Liv, you remember, like, the very first young little Liv that we got back in the NXT days. That kind of gives me that Julia Hart vibe, and it would depend on whether or not she can improve. But you're right. Taking these comments and analyzing. Sky Blue is turning into the female Moxley. She bleeds every fucking match. She did an interview where she talked about how much she loves it. So that's all Tony needs to know. Oh, you like bleeding? All right. You go sit in the waiting room with Moxley and Darby. We'll get something for you. Megan Bain, Lena Cross, got that one. Sky Blue finished his fire, though. Anyone know what it's called? I'm pretty sure it's a code red. I think she calls it something else. Does she call them blue bombs? Blue bombs? As we come back from picture, and Bane goes through the tables. AEW chants breakout. It's why I love the AEW fan base. Like, I know we talk a lot about the sickos, but they love it. They fucking love it. And even if it is like wonky and wobbly and not that well done, they put a girl through the table. We're going to chant. Julia Hart was doing really good before her injury. Maybe still has fears. We don't know. Well, you might be right, Frankie. She seems like she's doing a pretty good job fighting them fears here tonight. But again, it does. Like, and if you're not working the indies as much as others, maybe you're not getting a lot of reps. So we see Julia come off an injury and she's a little rusty, but then she doesn't wrestle again for like 3 months. Then she looks kind of the same. Then she doesn't wrestle for 3 months. It kind of looks the same. You know what I mean? Like we're lacking that progression because we're lacking that consistency. It's the only face I have, Jason. Processed with caution, and LA Primera returns at SummerSlam. Yeah, so I mean I'm with you. I think it could happen. Megan Bain, Lena Cross, got that one again. Roll Tide, what you gonna do, brother, when the Yum Yums run wild on you?
Yums.
Brother. That's why I get so frustrated with the women's division in AEW, because the talent is there, but clearly behind the scenes, the coaching, training, just guidance is not up to par. I think that's very indicative of a lot of this company. They have great women on their roster. They have a lot of talent. We talked about it earlier with the tag team division. There's talent there. It is the booking and the decision making that's holding this whole company from leveling up. And then the fans like think they leveled up, but they haven't. It's a weird thing at times. But I think Jade Cargill gave the best kind of explanation when she talked about Punk showing her how to do a chair shot, because they just gave her a chair and said, okay, you're going to go out there, you're going to hit her with a chair, which I think they do with everybody. But nobody showed her, all right, this is how you, all right, now some people are going to argue, you know how to fucking do a chair shot? Probably not. Seems easy. The champs have their own belts. They miss. And by the way, because of the trio champions, there's belts everywhere, as Twisted Sister have them as well. Setting up. Oh, reversal. DDTs in stereo. On to the titles. This match has gone to death. Oh, we got a 2. if you go to AEW wrestling shows, can you answer me something? Why do you make no noise during the matches? Like, if a table gets broke, you all chant AEW. If there's a near fall, you all go, oh. But right now, we're watching this match, and you're all dead silent. Why? Like, if this is like the most exciting shit ever, why are you so quiet? What are we doing? I feel like I watch Mondays, and the crowd's losing their fucking mind a lot. And when they're quiet, people are concerned. Oh, look, no pop. But here, like, they're into it. They're just not making noise. Just like standing there, mouth agape. What's up? Look at the women. Ooh. Ooh. Is that what they really look like? Oh. As oh. Sky blue through a table from the apron. Folded in half. Bane. And now they break out into a delayed holy shit chant. I'm starting to think Tony Schiavone's starting these chants. Oh, shit. Julia Hart with her ode to AJ. Holding on. She's going to get kicked in the head, though. I don't mean to drag on the poor girl, but God. She just looks like a trainee, right? Like, even earlier when I said, like, Julia goes to do the old school, and I think it was Megan, but it could have been Lana. Sold none of it. Like, she was stoic, and then Julia jumps off. She gets caught, so it looks dumb. Double choke slam. Twas the M. We got a winner. As Double D retain. There you go. Not bad. Meh. Anybody? Outside of the yums, did we move any needles? Hey, you know the one I mean. What am I going to do? The yum run wild on you. Answer. What do squirrels chase? TNA Wrestling congratulates Mike Santana on making his NXT debut. Of course they did. Right? You know, they know what pool they're swimming in. They're playing nice. This decent match, but crowd don't get like. So that gets my confusion, Rex, and you've seen it too. Like, you get out there, I'll tweet out like, oh yeah, crowd died for this match. Oh, we loved it. I was there, bro. We loved it. You guys don't really express your love very well. It's true, and I was thinking of how do I spin that into like nuts. Don't mind if I do, but it didn't pan out. So that's what happened to my head. As we're in the back with the Bang Bang Gang, I feel like we're about to get a Bang Bang dog situation at Redemption. WWE trademarked Caesar Sikoa for Zilla. Interesting. So the Usos are the Usos, and then the Sikoas are, someone else's kids. Heading into all this stuff with Jacob and Solo and everything else, we're wondering, does Zilla become the X factor in the situation? That could very much, it fits. If the Sikoa fits. Cold blue. Thank you. AEW really missed Tony Storm for sure. For sure. I mean, again, missing Tony Storm. MJF's been minimized. I think he's the guy that moves the needle. Yeah, anyone goes through a table, it could be the worst match ever. And they go through a table and everyone's just like, holy shit. I just don't get why they're fucking quiet the whole fucking time. I don't get why they're not saying anything. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't know. Is everyone tweeting? Is everyone following the timeline. What are they doing between table breakings and near falls? Sky Blue and Julie are doing so good at trying to doing so bad. They're trying. The Sisters of Pin. I mean, they had an opportunity. I mean, they're already running around with belts. They're hanging around with Thekla. I think I'd rather them be the champions than the other, other than the Double Ds. But I mean, I think the Double Ds have had a series of 5-minute matches. And tonight, the no DQ match, it served its purpose. It didn't suck. It wasn't great. And I mean, I think we got the 942 feeling pretty good tonight. Our current ECW champ is still Ezekiel Jackson. Facts. Finally, they ripped their jerseys off. Finally. The only team Double D should lose the titles to is the Brawling Birds. Facts. And that's going to happen at All In. So fair enough. You're right. I would give you that. But, yeah, the Brawling Birds winning in London makes a lot of sense and probably will happen. CM Punk never lost the AEW title. Still in the red bag. What you got in that bag? Oh, my God. Holy shit. It was Lena. Thank you, MDB. It made me sleepy. It did, right? Like, it kind of took a little bit of the energy out of the building. KJ sick of supas. Did I miss a supa? How'd you know? How do you know? Dog collar match. Wait. Who, what, when, where, why? I was talking to you guys. We doing a dog collar match with Finley at Redemption. Does that not seem quick? I'm calling it. Brawling Birds. Yeah, facts for sure. Dog collar match. I missed that. Y'all got to fill me in quick. Pause. AEW is sponsored by NyQuil. Jesus Christ. They're a competitor of NyQuil. The dude with the baby, like, they just showed 3 children under the age of fucking 1. The fuck is happening at AEW? Was it bring your toddler? Do they count as a ticket? Yeah, like, I mean, again, I know there's history, but to go from, like, just roughing each other up to dog collar match, they haven't had a regular match. But here comes Kenny O. I will put a poll up for this one, folks. I will take a second to remind everybody we are back tomorrow, 8:45. We got Impact. It's going to be a good one. We're looking forward to it. Be here. We got lots going on. Like I said earlier, Casey Navarro taking on Nick Nemeth. We got the whole, probably what is the finality of the Righteous and the Hardys. We will be here live for it, so make sure you click all the buttons, like, share, subscribe. Click the notification buttons. You never know when content's going to pop up. Follow us on Discord, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Blue Sky, everywhere. Follow all the things, all the times. And again, we're working on getting more to you as much as we possibly can. Here comes Ospreay. I don't even know what to call this team. Who wins? Men's tournament. So we've made it this far, folks. We are in the main event. We know that means there's probably an extra 10 minutes to go on this show in addition to, just under 20 minutes left in the regulation time, if you will. But yeah, get your votes in. Let me know who you're taking. Death Assassin's God for the win. Yeah, he's over. And again, he has a song that people like, that they get to do the whole play along thing. He brings the energy. He brings the energy in the building up. Moxley has done nothing but be an anchor on the ankle of Will Ospreay. And if anyone out there is trying to convince us that somehow this Moxley has done wonders for Ospreay, who was already over as a world-renowned wrestler of the year, multiple-time guy. Get the fuck out of here with that nonsense. Really? That's what you're going to approach with? We really think that Moxley is helping? You really think this is about helping Ospreay get over? That Ospreay needed Moxley's help to get over? This is all the same as what we watch with Jericho. It is clout sucking. I might not be cool, but I'm gonna go hang out with someone cool, and hopefully I get some fucking leftovers. Right? That's all it is. Moxley out there, and all he wants is a little bit of that Ospreay sloppy second. Definitely. Mox spray. You're close. We're close with that one. There's something there. Maybe Moxo spray. I don't know. But then we're back to Mox Ospreay. I don't know. I can't handle Moxley. Moxley has like the opposite of the Roman Reigns entrance. It's crazy. Team Willie. You heard me. That's all I came up with on the fly. Will Ospreay is so fucking boring. Yeah. Okay. Completely not what I said. Team Willie. Pause. No. Kenny Omega, John Moxley, and Will Ospreay for the win. Who would have thought that we see the day when Moxley and Omega team up? Well, I guess they're reluctant, and now Moxley's now fun, happy-go-lucky Moxley. Often makes an O face, that's like his happy Moxley face. He was just doing it. He jumps up and down a lot. He's getting some cheers. So, hey, Trick Williams over Ospreay. I mean, as it stands right now, you're not wrong. Trick Williams has more name value than Will Ospreay in the world. Oh, good. Let's go. Brian Cage, Hitchichero, and Jake something. Tell me you're a squash match that should happen but won't, without telling me you're a squash match without that shouldn't be happening, or should be happening but won't. Obafemi over Ospreay for sure. Not wrong. I mean, I'm gonna go with you. I'm going with you. Steve Rogers, can't wait for Doomsday. Let's go. Ocean Spray Cranberry. Oh, shit. Well, we're in the main event of the Go Home show, folks. Yes. Sammy Greer, Trick Willie, facts. Let's go. If it wasn't for Sammy, Trick wouldn't be half the star he is. I'm just letting that sink in. It's true. The B Moxley training will back to health is just silly, period. It's such a goofy concept, and Ospreay is 10 times the wrestler of Moxley. Facts, right? It's so fucked up. It really crazy. It'd be like if Danielson was trying to teach Mr. Miyagi karate. The fuck are we doing? What are we doing? Honestly, what are we doing? None of this has made sense. And the people that defend it, I'm concerned. Like, I don't get how you can't, you just don't see. Is it just anything that's fed to you is wonderful? So who cares? You're just grateful. Please, sir, can I have some more? I mean, I don't get it. Moxley doing all of this. And actually, Nick, I'll give Nick credit because he was the one who said, this really could have been Ospreay Kenny from the beginning. But here we are. And I truly believe, Rance, that all roads post All In lead to Moxley Ospreay. That's what all this has been about, and that's what I mean about Moxley. He's just there. He's not a guy that's putting other people over and making other people's careers better. He's a guy that's just hanging around, and seeing how much clout he can suck off other people. KJ, could you ever see Moxley Ambrose return to WWE? I don't think so. Never say never. Money talks and shit changes. As it stands right now, he's a god here. Why would he leave? He'd have to go back to the other company and work hard to prove that he's half the wrestler he says he is. You couldn't get away with selling. Could you imagine him walking around the ring not selling anything? And some would argue he kind of did it as Dean Ambrose, but you don't do it when you're in the ring with certain people. And I know over there were certain people that would keep him in check, including a guy like Austin who called him out on his podcast. Like, I don't think you get away with being half-assed. And ultimately, Moxley does what he wants, when he wants, how he wants in this company. Why would he leave? I don't see it. AEW Ospreay and Omega teaming up next week. TK got serious cravings for Moxley. Ospreay and Omega teaming up next week. What? Okay, so on the Fallout show, we're going to do Ospreay and Omega teaming up against who? Pinnacle Strength. Well, KJ, wait, KJ. Did they announce this for Trios belt? Not that I know of. Now, Kenny, Moxley, again, maybe Moxley wants the tag from Kenny. Kenny doesn't want to tag him. Hitchachero stand there like an idiot. Fight Hitchachero. As we get a huge pop for Moxley. And again, I can bitch all night long about Moxley, folks, but the crowd popped. I don't get it. But they did. Once upon a time, Tickle Me Elmo sold 30 million fucking units. I don't get it, but it happened. That's Moxley. This Moxley training will, 100%. And I think I already clicked on that one. Hoochie Harchata. Jabroni Jones for the W. Jabroni Joneses. Shit. We get the bottom like 4 members or 3 members of the fucking Callus 40. What happened to Mark Davis and Doyle being a dominant team? Amen. Well, right now Mark Davis is a champion. And he's going to take an L on the weekend. Maybe when they get done with that. Davis, Doyle, we talked earlier. Tony has so much talent at his disposal. He just doesn't know what to do with it. Imagine if WWE put Hoochie Harchata and Brian Cage in the main event. Right? Agree, the end game is Mox and Ospreay. I'm with you, Rance. Right? Or you're with me, but that's what all this leads to. So it's a little disheartening because I feel like AEW's been very predictable in 2026. And not enough people are talking about that. Like, I don't know how a guy like Meltzer can say he's been shocked and wowed by some of this. Like, if he's shocked, he's either not watching the shows or he probably should see a neurologist because there's things aren't functioning properly. As Ospreay pumping up the crowd and Doyle just pancakes everybody. Notice Moxley nowhere near. He's outside getting thrown into shit. Tony Khan wants to build Moxley a freaking statue. He ain't leaving. Facts. No, he's the golden fucking boy. Double. So your world champion and number 1 contender both got suplexed together by Brian Cage. I think if I was doing that, I would have stopped that from happening and had them reverse it because just of who they are. I don't care how big and tough Brian Cage is. That's an opportunity to make your challenger and champion look cool. Kenny Omega got a Blues Clue on his ass cheek. There's definitely a double entendre or a joke in there somewhere, my guy. Huge pop for Moxley. I hate saying it. AEW is predictable as hell. Death taxes AEW sucks week to week and then puts on a decent to good pay-per-view. True. But, and I will take this from anybody. Can anybody tell me something that happened in AEW this year that you were like, holy shit, I didn't see that coming? And I would argue that even like Darby winning was holy shit. But it all kind of trickled out. We all kind of thought it was going to happen, right? Oh, we're in Seattle. Do exactly what the most obvious answer is, right? It doesn't matter what it did to your storylines. It doesn't matter what it did to your biggest heel. Jim Ross was on his podcast this week or a couple days ago, and he was talking about in all of wrestling, if you want superstar baby faces, if you want the Hulk Hogan's of the world to be that icon, that superstar, that the fans need a hero, you only get that if you have a good heel. The heel is so vital to it all. And right now, there is a lack of just direct, I'm the bad guy, you're the good guy, we're going to war. There's not enough of it. Look at all this shit with Moxley and Ospreay, and there was a clear direction. Shit, even if like Ospreay MJF wrote itself. Solid, pure heel. Solid, pure babyface. Go to war. Right? You be the arrogant rich prick. You cheat. You jump them. Every time we turn around for the next 3 months, MJF and Will Ospreay are finding a reason to have a fist fight. Simple. But you do all this stuff, and I think to some, like, it's Tony, like, they'll never see this coming, but we see it all coming. You like, it just telegraphs every decision. As we continue in picture, Jim Ross started not giving a fuck. He letting it fly. Jim Ross has nothing to lose at this point, I don't think. I could be wrong. I don't know if it's financially smart for him to say too much. But Jim, being an old guy, just kind of lets it fly anyway at times by accident. And even in the way of, he doesn't say what he's thinking, but he says what he's thinking. Like, oh, I've never seen that before. Yeah. That's him saying, what are we did? What the fuck was that? Oh, that must be new in wrestling. Yeah, facts, Jim. Edge and Cope winning the tag title belts. Kenny, I'll say close, Mega. I'll give you a little love on that. Is anyone shocked? And knock on wood, but none of this bullshit tonight had led to an additional match or anything being added to the card yet. I know someone talked about dog collar match, but I don't see it official. Tony Khan is booking MDB. That's exactly why. By the way, thank you for the chat, folks. This has been awesome here tonight. We got 1 minute left, 10 o'clock. We'll see where we go with this one. Brian Cage and Kenny in the ring. If MJF was getting on over Ospreay and was being his dastardly self, I could have garnered some sympathy for Moxley Jr. Yeah, you could almost, they find a way to bond because they both hate, MJF or, whatever. Maybe, yeah. I like I said earlier, I like Nick's idea of like when they did that whole segment where you're two big, like the superstar, the heroes of the show are sitting in the medical room just whining and talking about how woe is me to each other. Oh, I suck. Yeah, I suck too. We're not good. Like, do you guys remember those promos that we heard from Hulk back in the day, or the Road Warriors of, yeah, brother, I really suck. I'm really not good at this, eh? Oh, fuck. I don't know, brother. This isn't working for me, brother. Like, it was always the complete opposite, just overconfident. There's something in that. Had a million baddies to fight, clearly defined roles each. When the mega powers explode, it actually has impact. Exactly, right? You gotta make things matter before you dismantle them, or you gotta make things matter, or so when they do what they're supposed to do, when there's a betrayal or a cheater, you want to elicit response. But when everybody does whatever they want, you're tempering that. As Moxley just steps in, he couldn't get the tag, so Moxley said, fuck it. I believe. I don't think they actually made the tag. And now everybody's in the ring. So what the fuck was the point of the stretched out arm? AEW was awesome from start to finish. I give it a 10 out of 10. Babe, with an early 10 out of 10. A little high for my taste, a little sweet, but it's been a good Dynamite. Jim Ross has BBQ Empire. He don't need Tony Khan. Yeah, he's got books and a podcast. I mean, I would love for him just to kind of fucking let fly. Like, you know what's really going on around here? As Kenny and Mox are working together. Remember, Mox is the leader of the company's biggest heel faction. As now Mox Irish whips. Oh, now we're getting the turnbuckle spot. Kenny's just watching. Oh, wait. Now Kenny wants in. So Edgetaro's just fucking pancaked in the corner. Into the cutter. Oh, they're all playing nice. No matter what show Death Riders is there, they should have ended this fucking fact. They love it. Again, the Kool-Aid drinkers love it. Yeah, good Dynamite, though. That's Facts at Rants, and you typed my name like the Tumblr. That's a blast from the past. Does that fucking exist? Ospreay versus Omega is good storyline. Ospreay is Anakin Skywalker arc. Omega is the Obi-Wan, and Mox is the dark side. Ospreay and Omega is good storytelling. What storytelling, though? Like, I mean, again, the idea that Ospreay and Omega, it's been a lack of storytelling. Like, there has been no story other than they used to know each other and they used to have matches. So this whole good storytelling, that's bullshit. The mess that it could have just been Kenny Omega in the beginning, but not. Again, I don't think that Ospreay's on an Anakin fucking arch because he's not being tempted in any way, shape, or form. He's supposed to be pushed and leaning into being the biggest babyface in the world. As now the bad guys are laying out Kenny, 2 count. The crowd's gone dead silent. But yeah, I disagree with that, Taco. Sorry. Omega is the Obi-Wan. I get that, but he hasn't been. Mox has been the Obi-Wan, and I get it where you're saying that Mox trying to train, but Mox has come to the good side. So I get what you're saying, but that doesn't exist in what they're showing us. Maybe that's what they were trying to do, but that's not what's happening. That's not what's on my TV. Let's go, Don Callis family. Fucking hell. Death Riders are awesome. Beep, come on, man. They are not awesome. They make no sense. Most of them don't get booked. When they do, it's just to lose. Danny, Yuta, useless. Marina is great. I love Claudio and Pac, but yeah, I mean, now they're going to get thrown in and take an L against Edge and Christian. They've been irrelevant. The Death Riders would be better if Pac was the leader. And Moxley is probably one of the worst pro wrestlers in a top position in the entire world. Sorry, not sorry. But Kenny gets the pin. Moxley makes faces, and Will Ospreay checks on Kenny. They're always whining on this program, right? You know how hard I work. How many flights I have to take? Remember, we went from like Ric Flair being like styling, profiling, jet flying. They're bragging about his jet flying. All these years later, Will Ospreay, you know how many flights I have to take to be a wrestler? I got to sit first class with the best food that you could possibly imagine on an airplane and a cushy seat for 6 hours twice a week. Ric Flair's like, woo! Like, helicopter! Like, what the fuck are we doing? And now Kenny and Mox are not sure. Oh, Kenny pushes. Mox pushes Kenny. Kenny pushes Mox back. Will Ospreay trying to step in the middle. So again, we're unfocused. And Kenny pushed down Ospreay. Now Ospreay pushes Kenny. And Moxley is like Donald Trump during Spain winning the World Cup. Just standing there in the fucking way of the real wrestlers. Tell me when I'm wrong. Yeah, right? Just an unloading. All right, we got fights happening. The Bucks are here, by the way. And the crowd's quiet. Wait. The crowd is so confused they're quiet. Tell me I'm wrong. The crowd is quiet. Ospreay's fighting the Bucks. Nobody knows who to fight who. Here come guys in white suits. Snapdragon. Oh, it's Roppongi Vice. I should have remembered it earlier. Listen, when you're in building crowd goes quiet of like what the fuck, then what do you expect? This goes back to the comment of good storytelling. It's a fucking disaster. As Kenny setting up the bang. Oh, what the fuck? Kevin Knight out of nowhere. That was pretty good. Kevin Knight out of nowhere. The whole storyline's a fucking mess, folks. But that was a good spot. And they're booing Kevin Knight as he lays out Kenny, and everyone else just peels kind of out. All the fighting stopped. The Bucks were beating up on Ospreay. Nobody was like, why? What? I like that, though. Kevin Knight out of fucking nowhere. So no overrun. We are currently 8 minutes in to the overrun. This is Poopy Buttholes. Redemption from Montreal. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are off the air. That is the show. Dynamite in the books. The next stop is Collision and then into Redemption. What the fuck was that? Was the weakest, weirdest, straight up awkward look bumping from Ospreay when Kenny pushed him. All of that, the crowd died. And I think the crowd died because they weren't really sure what the fuck. Everybody was everywhere. So, and it happened. Like I'm sitting here live, the crowd would kind of went, so there's all this chaos, but the crowd's not really reacting. But yeah, the push is bad acting, right? What the F is this? Press the button. What one? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yum yums.
It's late now, but you're still getting it. Wow, the jet flew in. That was great. Oh, Spaz. This is poop from the butt. Right there, 2 out of 10. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I take a rating out of 10 for every single show here on the channel. So get your rating in. Let us know how you felt about the show. What did you like? What didn't you like? What was good? What was bad? How did you feel? We'll make it real quick. I'll click through some ratings, and then I will tag out for Thursday. Oh, fuck, my bad. There's too many buttons.
What kind of shit is that? I don't give a fuck.
I don't. They make me not give a. Overall, tonight was a good show. The first hour, we went really fast. 2 matches took up 40 minutes of the first hour. Great decision. The only thing that hurts the first hour is too much callous. You don't need to bring out all 42 members to do nothing. You look like the late fucking NWO. Don't do it. Most of your guys are irrelevant. Then when we're trying to build for the go home and the pay-per-view, then this whole shit with Fletcher and Knight makes no sense. It's all over the place. I think I'm going to give it 7 overall. The second half of the show had a bit of a lull. We kind of ran into some stuff and some go homey stuff, some packages backstage. Messy. And again, until the fans truly stand up and are honest about this product, it's messy. Even at its best, it's a fucking disorganized cluster. And I think at times, like tonight, at one point they're chanting AEW and they're pumped and, they're excited about Ospreay. They like Kenny. They seem to like Mox. But they, you lose the crowd when everyone starts running in. And they're not really sure who's good, who's bad. Who do I cheer for? And then Kevin Knight takes out Kenny. Everyone boos, and we're good to go. 6.5 made me sleepy. 3 out of 10 messy. 0 out of 10. I'm going to give them marks on merit tonight as far as The in-ring was good. It went fast. We got to 10 o'clock quick. Again, I believe the worst stuff we get on Dynamite, the worst stuff we get on the pay-per-views, the worst booking, and the worst angles in AEW always revolve around Tony's nearest and dearest. I've said it a million times, but it's Moxley, it's Kenny, it's the Bucks, it's Jericho, it's that crew. They always have the worst shit on the show. And then you have guys like Fletcher and Takeshka and Swerve and other guys trying to do good and really do well for this company. But as long as the good guys and the high-end talent are being held down by the Bush League ones, this company's never going to be any better than it is right now. They can celebrate, 800,000, 785, whatever it was. They can celebrate. That's good. But again, I mean, will it stick? Will it stay? And that's, again, not, we're acting like it's a high watermark, and it's not. 7 out of 10, says Roll Toss, 7.5. It started well, but the crowd just died off after the Mick Foley segment. I don't get the purpose of Mick Foley, and I know Mick Foley's maybe a clickbait thing, but if you're going to sign Mick Foley, give him money. Again, bring people in with purpose. What is this? You have Renee Paquette, but I got Mick Foley in his pajamas standing in between Thekla and Willow. Help me understand. Right, Paul? I mean, again, maybe part of, for me, part of this is, oh, shit. Like, after last week's garbage, the week before being a mess, a lot of the Dynamite struggling as of late, we finally got, a somewhat better show. But I think in an attempt to protect everyone's egos, it's a clusterfuck. It is a clusterfuck of just a disaster. 6 out of 10. Thanks for what you do. Spazzer, thank you back. I know you got a show coming up and I want to go to bed, so I might get off. Pause. 7.5 out of 10. Dun, 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 dun. Money, money, money. Let's go. Let's go. Appreciate y'all. All right, I don't see any more real big comments or ratings. A lot of love. 4 out of 10, 6 out of 10. So I was actually nice. There you go, AEW fans. For once, I was nice to AEW. Maybe because it's, a happy week for me. But, yeah, I'm going to be a little nice. It was 7. I was entertained a few of the matches and saw some yum-yums. Finally, they just got to break the pattern. Very predictable match. After, that whole first 45 minutes of the show was one long segment. It all bled into each other. Is that good or bad? I don't know, but that's what it did. Let's go. Let's go. This company is basically old indie guys and old WWE guys. The young talent gets lost in the shuffle. Facts. Again, if the worst shit is propped up the highest, and there's a collection of fans that for whatever reason, they're okay with that. When you could have better people in those positions, for example, Pac would be a better leader of the Death Riders, but he's not. It's Moxley, and Moxley hurts Ospreay. They love pulling everybody down. They don't want anyone to get over everybody. This is this utopian vibe of, this fucking, we're all equal. We're all one. So nobody really goes over. So everybody feels average, right? It's not a case of, well, that brings everyone up to superstar status. That's generally not the case. And tonight is a perfect example. And again, the whole Moxley Ospreay booking, it hasn't elevated Ospreay. It's held him down. You got to stop booking like that. You're hurting yourself if you care. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 4 out of 10. I'm tired of talking. I just don't like Moxley. I'm with you. I think that's the biggest thing. So fuck it. I don't care. Like I said earlier, it starts with behind the scenes as far as management, training, coaches, and leadership. AEW will never improve until they fix that. And I agree. And then as long as they feel like, these weeks where they pop a little bit of a rating, there are big wins, and their pay-per-views are so cool, and the sickos are so happy that they don't have to change, I think that's a bad approach. And if people aren't willing, if you have the Melchers of the world that just, this is great, everything's wonderful, I love them, I love them, I love them, glug, glug, oops, I love them, I love them, I love them, I love them. It's never going to get better. They have no reason. They have no incentive to change.
Killing me, Smalls.
It's facts. But that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, Randy, thank you so much. As we're a couple hours away still, but I do appreciate the early cake. I do always appreciate it. Thank you. 50-50 booking makes everybody mid money on the money. Denisha said something. I clicked on it and clicked away. Oh, it's just Spaz. Let's go. Denisha, hey, let's go. MDB, appreciate you. See you Friday, back tomorrow. All Tony Khan cares about is PPVs. And even then, you can't do 13 good matches. You can't book 13 matches and only have 6 good ones. Happy birthday, Roll Tide. Thank you. All right, I'm out. See y'all tomorrow. Have fun on Thursday. And I will see everyone on Friday. But other than that, thank you for being a part of the channel, being part of the show. Click all the links. 8:45 tomorrow. Sunday, we're here for Redemption. We have all your favorite wrestling, all your favorite shows. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe. But, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Big Nick, on behalf of Ringsider Anthony, I'm Mr. Every Night KJ White. Have a good night. I'll see you on the flip side. It didn't go. I'm still here. Happy birthday to me, cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday to me, cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday. See you on Friday. Have a good night. Everyone out that way. Goodbye.